Greetings to everyone, it's Andre from Paradial at your service. A few months ago, I decided to start investing more focus and time into this project, which is what I wanted to do since 2016, but life happened to be against it. As you know, problems appear a little too frequently for our liking. The project promises to be established better in the music business rather than the show business, so expect a wholesome musical experience. I wrote quite a lot of scrap songs during these past years, some better than others, some only promising snippets. Recently, having opened some folders in my laptop with all the recordings made in an intoxicated state, I realized that I have material for a couple of albums, and maybe even 3. It's just raw and unfinished. So let me explain what Paradial is all about. My childhood friend came up with this name, which is a compound name, Paradise and Isle, but used it as the title of a public page in VK dedicated to chill house music with female vocals. After a year, he abandoned administration of the page, and I took the name, as it sounded really good and it encompassed my worldview and philosophy in short form. If I was to describe the whole artistic concept in a few words, I would say that Paradial represents a mental or physical space where we are free from society's limitations and can feel safe and at home. Some time ago, when I had various addictions weighing me down, it was a place to where I wanted to transcend. Now I get that freeing feeling of joy from creating music in Paradial Studio and from listening to other people's creations in my spare time. Music has a special role in organizing mental space. Firstly, it enters the brain without time delays, unlike visual information. Secondly, music plays a role of a waking dream. It immerses the listener in a trance, and in this state, many fragments of thoughts, questions, and half-answers seem to rise to a state of weightlessness and unite into mental combinations, like a reaction in a chemical reactor. Ideas and their combinations arise completely unexpected, which can often become discoveries and inventions. The weightlessness of thoughts that real music gives us and its productivity for any kind of creativity have long been mastered by leading artists and scientists. Music and great artists who wrote it have always been what motivated me to keep seeing life as an extraordinary experience. It soothed what was left of my soul when I was down. It brought out the voice of my spirit when I was perplexed, and it fed my ambitions. I believe other people have a growing need for genuine music, but very few can experience and understand it. They are not taught music in schools as a rule. The use of the track and song formats is my choice. It's an easy, fun, and effective way to produce thoughts, emotions, and feelings through sound waves. Sadly, most people don't take musicians or any kind of artist seriously anymore. Maybe it's because they can't grasp non-material things. No one is paying much attention. A society without real art created by free thinkers is incapable of a revolution. Now art, especially in the mainstream, is vapid. That's why it enforces vapidness. People's lexicon is shrinking. They don't have the words and tools to understand and express what they're feeling and what they want and don't want. I can't be the only person seeing this around me. By listening to products from the charts, you are being dehumanized. These products repeat themselves over and over, gradually taking away your imagination and turning you into a subhuman entity. The charts and the whole addictive media system is programmed by capitalists, people who do things for profit only, which leads everyone not paying attention down to the depths and degradation. I ask you to stop only listening to what capitalists have to say, if you are, because they are not qualified to see the whole picture. I don't want to be a ranting anti-capitalist, but hear me out for a minute about a big problem I see and how I will attempt to solve it through music. The term consumer society has become quite common, and many condemn boundless, irresponsible consumption without any other goals in life. But not all aspects of the harm caused by the consumer lifestyle are obvious. Now I want to draw your attention to the not so obvious boundary of reality. happening when a person grows up in the ideology of consumption. One of the fatal consequences of consumer ideology is an extremely destructive way of thinking. People are brought up in the paradigm that if you have money, then you can buy whatever you want with it. That is, you're not limited in your choice. Moreover, the point here is not even about money. But let's say if you have taken a very influential position in society and people take you into account and you have a lot of choice and you can choose how to act, how not to act, who to communicate with and who not to communicate with. People are getting used to choosing, so a huge number of options without any responsibility. It all starts harmlessly. I want to go on a trip, then I find something better to do, cancel it. I want to go to a show, but then I also cancel it. I like some other show more. This is the kind of boundless freedom in a society where nothing is regulated. It is only stated that criminal offenses cannot be committed. Freedom, freedom, freedom everywhere. And when it comes to such important and very responsible things as starting a family, building a house, or some great project, this approach, developed over the years or over a lifetime, makes them give up. When a person doesn't like something, when something doesn't suit them, the answer is always cancel it, I want it differently. The response to difficulties, to any responsibility, is always destructive. It's rare to hear someone say, for example, when they have problems in their family, this is important, this is my family, we need to solve this somehow. It's rare to hear that from people. Mostly you hear, everything will be great, dude, before the challenges begin. And words are a thing that does not consume calories at the moment. Unfortunately, few people understand this. People will speak to make themselves look good, not to be honest. You have to judge someone by their actions. Mostly, when faced with difficulties, they say, I'm an individual, I don't like this, and I don't sign up for this. Almost always, the first, and I'd say the only answer people offer is to destroy. Everyone believes the more they work, the more they push buttons in the office, the more they have the right to choose. People have no responsibility. Everyone is sitting on the couch with their soft pink butt cheeks and talking about what kind of individuals they are. Without a project idea and without encouragement from society to adhere to norms and standards, the consumer tries to create or build something and doesn't like it. Everything falls apart. It's not that consumerism is evil, but like with all things in life, you need balance to be sane and healthy, right? With all the rapid changes going on in the world, some people have evolved, but many are still unhappy and remain stuck in the broken world of the past, spreading their frustration throughout society. With our example, we can influence how they think. It's great to create a lasting community of opposition around music, consisting of people who can actually feel, be present and be genuine around each other. Later, I will organize a Telegram group or something for this purpose, so we can have a more in-depth experience together. So I invite you to build Paradial with me. Subscribe to this channel! I would like to conclude this video by showing you the plan for the near future. Here you can see a timeline, and on it are 3 artistic statements in chronological order. They sum up the introduction to Paradial. The first statement is a song, the first one I created solo. It will come out the next day after this video. The second one is an EP with 3 songs, all sharing the same musical idea, but playing out very differently. The third one is an album, the debut, and you'll hear about it more as the date of release gets nearer. For now, that's all you need to know. Take care. Goodbye.